I have to live with my mom because all three of my baby mamas insist I pay child support. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Sincerely Anonymous. Today's topic is going to be first dates. As someone who's been on many, I know I have a lot of stories. So let's dive in and read some stories we got off of Reddit. What is something on a first date that immediately prevented a second date? Answer 1. I'm posting everything we say on Instagram and I'm getting suggestions on what to ask you from my followers. Went to the toilet and left. I would leave too. Oh my god. You're not in the moment and you're way too focused on what other people think about you. I feel like I have a lot of stories to throw in just because of all the first dates I've gone on. One of my examples would be I went on a date with a dude. We went to a club and the bathroom just made me think of this. We went to a club and as we go into, I just met this dude. He goes and he tries to touch my butt. And I'm like, not about it, dude. I just met you. So I tell him no. And I think he expected another energy from me.
You have to ask before you do something like that. Come on now.
So what happened is we both went to the bathroom and I messaged my friends and I was like, dude, how do I get out of this? And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna think of something and go with it. And I'm pretty sure he did the same thing, which is totally okay. I'm not offended at all. And he came out and was like, hey, my friend just got in a car accident. I have to go get him. I was like, oh my God. Dang it. Let's go. So we go, I go home, thank God. I ate before too, so don't worry everyone that was worried about my nutrition. We had a great time at the bar. 1, proceeded to bar 2. Immediately arriving at bar 2, music was playing and people were dancing. She started making fun of a woman just dancing, enjoying herself. She even got other people's attention and was pointing at a dancing lady. I skipped out when she wasn't looking. 1, way to play Houdini. 2, that's so much. What are you? If you take joy out of making other people feel crappy, then you, 1, feel horrible about yourself and are incredibly insecure and also just a terrible human being. No. So many people seem to find making fun of strangers to be a great source of pleasure. Why? Why? I have to live with my mom because all three of my baby mamas insist I pay child support. Nope. Also, edit. I think I need to add that he wasn't mentioning it. He was complaining about it. If these women didn't insist on child support, I would be able to move out. I have to put dinner on my credit card because I'm always broke and have to pay child support. I paid for my own meal. I'm sorry. If I had to pay for my own meal on the first date, call me whatever you want to call me, but there will not be a second date. BTW, which I don't mind doing. I always insist on the first date, so they don't think I owe them something in return. Fair point, but you don't owe them something. It's whoever asks you out on the date should pay for the date, and usually it's the men that ask the women out. But he had to out his $12 Denny's meals. Yes, he insisted on Denny's on a credit card. I had a person once tell me that he hopes to make one of his ex-girlfriends his future baby mama. One of his future baby mamas. And it was just like, dude, how many do you plan on having? As I exited the parking lot to meet up for dinner, they said, OMG, you lied. You said you were 5'8". You're at least 5'10". In heels. Do you not see how embarrassing this is for me? I immediately got back in my car and drove away. So, dude.
Insecurities add a lot of weight onto a person's life.
Why do people act like they're 5? When they're grown individuals, this is not okay. Are you gonna throw a little hissy fit? I'm sorry, I didn't know I was going to go to babysit. I thought I was gonna go on a date. Within seconds of my arrival, he mentioned he needed a medical examiner to hurry up and release his wife's death certificate because he needed the insurance money for his business he was starting. She drowned in the bathtub while drunk. His first wife allegedly died in an accidental fall. Run! I mean, if you remember this information, feel free on giving a private investigator in the area a ring and sharing this info. I work to pay my minimum debt. I live with my parents otherwise, but they want me to find someone so I can move out. She had zero ambition to do anything besides get a boyfriend and take care of her. No, I'm sorry. And even, like, let's say it was the other way around. If you're complaining about working, dude, no one wants to go and work. You think everyone like is like, I'm excited to go work? No, we're tired. But unfortunately, in this world, especially in this economy, we need to go to work, and multiple individuals need to go to work in a family. Unfortunately, I still live with my ex. I'm out. I do have to say with that comment, there are individuals that are forced to due to reasons of having a child. So I get why they have to live with their ex. Outside of that, if you do get in a serious relationship, yes, maybe, consider moving out. Because I don't think it's healthy for the kids either. Well, a Tinder date just smoked a little bit of a very bad drug and an aluminum foil in front of me. So probably that. Wow. that I think you win. We went to a concert park. On the way back to her house, she casually pointed to a house and said, "That's where I buy my other really bad drug." Let's go on our second part of this lovely topic.
All right, we can do this. I know you can.
What is the most disturbing thing you learned about someone on a first date? She was French and taught English in England. She hated English. She didn't read books. She didn't like film or music. Oh, and she thought disabled people couldn't feel pain. The fact she shouted at me in a packed restaurant after I told her she was wrong. She thought the date went well and wanted to go on another one. Oh, it started out with fish can't feel pain, which I pointed out was wrong. Then she talked about spines, that fish don't have any spines, so they can't feel pain, which got us into spines and their disability. And finally, disabled people can't feel pain outburst. A childhood friend asked me to dinner after we ran into each other at a party. I thought this was great as she gotten pretty cute since the last time I saw her. It was going well when we were texting. I met her at a restaurant, and to my surprise, there was a middle-aged business-looking guy there as well. As soon as I sat, both of them tried to recruit me into one of those pyramid marketing schemes. Got texts regularly over a month next asking me what went wrong, and I didn't want to make all this easy money. Showed up for an internet-based date. She shows up with a dude expecting me to pay for both of them to eat and drink in the evening. WTF. Our next one we have is, what's the weirdest first date you've ever had? Took a really pretty girl out on a date. She was 18, I was 22. I'm pretty well known in a small town, so she knew me as a friend of a friend. When I picked her up, the plan was to go out to dinner, then back to her brother's place, who was out of town at the time. When I picked her up, she barely spoke to me. I take her to dinner. She orders the most expensive thing on the menu. We go to her brother's. I initiate making out for all 5 minutes, and then she uncomfortably asks me to take her home, never spoke to me again. Now, why is this weird? My friend, knowing I wasn't prepared to take a hot girl out, gave me Adderall to take beforehand. I'd never taken it, but he assured me it would make me feel confident. I popped 3 immediate release pills with a Red Bull 20 minutes before I picked her up. Why? I didn't know why she never called me, but a mutual friend basically said the date went like this. In her words, he picked me up and did not let me get a word in at all. He then takes me to an expensive restaurant and doesn't order anything but water, which makes me think he's broke but trying to impress me. Not true. I just wasn't hungry at all. We then go to my brother's house. He picks a horror movie, which I had already told him I didn't like. And before the previews are over, he's kissing me with a mouth drier than a desert. Isn't it interesting what perspective is? Like sometimes dates just don't work out and someone has this complete perception on a date when in reality the other person has a very different perspective on how the date went. And a lot of times if a date doesn't go well, we don't really communicate. Yes, sometimes you voice out and reach, hey, maybe this didn't go well. I feel like if you go on a few dates, you should definitely do that. Other times if it kind of drowns out, I get it. If one person is still interested, I think you should definitely communicate, hey, I'm not. But in this case, it's just so entertaining. Wow, that sucks. Guy asked me to go to dinner, and then, yeah, oh, good point. I once had a guy ask me to go out to dinner, and then he had already eaten before, and I'm like, dude, why would you ask me to go out if you already ate? And then he was like, oh, because I needed a reason to take you out. I ordered food. I don't care. That's if you were eating, like, ask me out to something else or another day or something. Also, if you know you're going out and you haven't eaten yet, why aren't you eating? Anyway, I got fed, so that's all that mattered that day. One more story. Am I the a-hole if I won't see a woman who told me she loved me on a first date? Someone told me they loved me on a first date. I wouldn't see them because, one, are you okay? Are you trying to love bomb me? If not, are you okay? If you think you're okay, you're not okay. Or is this a joke?
Sometimes we need to zoom out. Maybe there's more.
A 54 male drove 2 hours north to meet a woman who I had been chatting with for a few days for our first date. When I arrived, she decided she wanted a booty call. After we were done, she told me she loved me and didn't want me to talk to other women. I didn't respond initially, but later told her that what she was asking for wasn't something I was prepared to give at this moment in my life. I was recently divorced after 27 years. The whole situation made me extremely uncomfortable, and she's angry. Am I the a-hole? Dude, no, run. Like, run. Run, run, run. Run faster than you can, bullseye. Run, Forrest, run. Any form of run. Run. Update. Have cut off communication and blocked access. Yes, I am naive. I haven't dated in 30 years. Lesson learned. Thank you all. You're welcome. I know it wasn't my advice that you listened to, but you're welcome. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining me on those little posts about first dates. Thanks for tuning in as I share a couple about mine. Tell me about your first date. Throw that into the comments so I can read it and maybe we can respond to them later. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and please, please, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you next time for the next topic. Bye.